Abu Dhabi. It was never really top of my travel list. With so many cultural destinations vying for my attention, the UAE was never much on my radar. Until I finally made a stop over there.
Alright, I'm in Abu Dhabi. I'm on a layover here on my way to Indonesia. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna check out Abu Dhabi at first because this is a very modern city. I mean, you can see all the skyscrapers and apartment blocks behind me. And usually I'm more into historical cities and things like that. But since I'm coming through here anyway, I thought this was my opportunity to go to the UAE for the first time. And I guess I've got two first impressions. Number one, and this may be a shock, you may not expect this, but it's really hot here. It is really freaking hot, and I find myself being aware of where the buildings are, because if I can stay on the shadow side, it's a little bit better than being in the open sun. And the second thing that you really notice when you're looking around at the street scenes and dealing with people in cafes and restaurants is that this is very much an immigrant worker economy, because the actual locals, people who are originally from here, are far and few between. But the people that you end up seeing the most are people from like India, Pakistan, and it's unusual to see how things function here. Actually, just walking around my hotel and seeing the restaurants that are here, I mean, every international city will have different cuisines, of course, but the mix is a bit different here. I saw an Uzbeki restaurant, kind of interesting. A Filipino restaurant as well. If you want to get halo halo, you can do that here.
I don't want to suggest this is just a happy immigrant melting pot, because workers here are not necessarily citizens. However international it is, and something fun to do is just ask where people are from. I've heard Egyptian, Pakistani, Sri Lankan, Cameroonian, even someone from Bhutan.
I really like the call to prayer here, because clearly they could afford some really nice speakers here. I've been to Muslim countries where sometimes the call to prayer comes through this really cracking, like over boosted speakers, and you're like, oh no, that hurts my ears. But here, it's just beautiful singing in the background, and it sounds amazing. It's very calming. Having a quick look at the fort, the original fort around which the city was built. It's like a terrible time to be here because I'm here in the middle of the day and there's almost no shade. So I feel like this is a place people might go at night. But I've got a trip to the Louvre planned in a little bit. That's my way of escaping the midday heat. Yeah, it's interesting to see pictures of what was here in like the 1960s or 70s. There was very little here. All of this was built in the last few decades. But yeah, this apparently here is where things started.
The Louvre in Abu Dhabi really wows you as you step inside its incredible dome structure. Built using almost 8,000 metal panels, the web pattern dome lets light filter through into this open space. The theme of the museum is essentially civilizations through the ages, and it looks at parallels between them. So there might be three objects depicting a similar thing, but coming from different places all over the world. The exhibitions move seamlessly from archaeology to art. And the stunning building has a wonderful connection with the water. If you ever wanted to do an Ocean's 12 style speedboat museum heist, this might be the location for it.
So over there you've got the Louvre, but they're building loads of other museums around here. This is an entire construction site. And look at this. That is the Guggenheim that they're building. And it looks insane. Look at all those cranes. That's nuts. Kind of looks like the movie Contact, when they're building the machine to contact another alien civilization. That is what the Guggenheim looks like right now.
I could have taken a self-driving taxi, but I couldn't really figure out where it goes. So for all time's sake, I took a regular cab. The Emirates Palace is an enormous luxury hotel, and as I approached, a VIP was apparently arriving by helicopter. A certain US president would surely be right at home here. This is not my vibe. Let's go up there.
Het is dan misschien geweest dat alle verzoeken die aan het lopen waren, die nog eens allemaal
Am I in a luxury shopping mall? Yes, but this is also the underground, almost airport terminal-like building that provides access to Abu Dhabi's largest mosque. It's a stunning place.
أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله.
Being here at sunset was amazing, and I felt my day in Abu Dhabi was well spent.
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
So along the way here I spoke to my taxi driver, who is a very friendly gentleman from Uganda, and I was very curious what his perspective was on living here and working here. And he's been here for a few years, and he said it's really nice that there's a community here for him, so it feels very comfortable. He felt like there's a little spell that this place puts on you, and he enjoyed being here. But he also said it's a bit like being, no, it's not like being a part of a family. He said the opposite. It's like this place is run like a family, where the father or the parents decide how everything goes, and that's the Emiratis. And the children, which is everyone else, they don't get a say in any matters. So the children just follow what the parents decide, and you stick to the rules. That's kind of the class-based society that he sees here, that obviously exists here. You can see that everywhere. I thought it was an interesting metaphor that he used there. So it's been great having a stop over here. I now have to prepare and pack my stuff because I have a 3 a.m. flight to Indonesia. Not the best time to have a flight, honestly, but what can you do? So I'm gonna get to the airport soon, and my next video will be from Jakarta.